Craig Sommers was living in the standard American lifestyle, eating a standard American diet until the early 1990s when his mother was diagnosed with cancer and then heart disease. While visiting his mother in the hospital, after one in a series of unsuccessful surgeries, a mysterious stranger entered her hospital room. He handed Mrs. Sommers his business card and suggested that she give him a call if she was interested in learning how to heal herself through diet and lifestyle changes. Neither Craig nor his mother ever heard from this man again, but Craig was so inspired by his suggestion that he began to seek out information on natural healing. Since that day in the hospital, Dr. Sommers has single-mindedly pursued knowledge of holistic healing, nutrition, and lifestyle. He first learned enough to help his mother reverse heart disease, and then began to pursue natural health for himself and others. He opened a health food store on Long Island, and when that became too successful, he sold the store and pursued a doctorate in naturopathy. Did I say that? Naturopathy?
Naturopathy.
Okay. Dr. Sommer now travels the globe, giving lectures on how to achieve optimum health through proper nutrition and lifestyle habits. He is also a certified yoga instructor, certified nutritionist, and author of the Raw Foods Bible, which we have up here for sale. And it's a comprehensive, easy-to-read guide to the optimum diet and lifestyle. His website is rawfoodbible.com. So here's Craig Sommers.
Thank you for that warm welcome. A little example. If you had some seeds for some vegetable for your garden, and you planted half of them in good soil at the right season, gave them water, sun, and then those seeds would sprout and grow into nice plants. And if you took the other half of the seeds and put them, say, out on some concrete, they would not grow. They would stay in a state of suspended animation and eventually die. So my objective tonight is to make your bodies resistant to disease the same way that those seeds would not grow in concrete. Germs will not be able to grow in you. If you were driving down the road in your car and the oil light went on your dashboard and you pulled into the service station and the mechanic said, I need to perform surgery on your dashboard, and took it apart and clipped the wire from that oil light, sent you back down the road, charged you $350, you would probably be a little upset later when the engine seized up from lack of oil. You might even sue that mechanic. Yet many of us, we get some kind of a symptom. We go to the doctor not being well trained in nutrition, often writes a pharmaceutical prescription that will take away the symptom, but not get to the root of what's causing it, similar to what the mechanic did, cutting that wire so you didn't see that oil light on as a symptom. So, once again, I want to try to give you guys enough information so you can get your body so healthy that you don't end up in that position when you're in the doctor's office and you're being handed a prescription for some drug that's going to take away the symptom, not necessarily curing the cause of what your problem is. So I look at health kind of the way I would look at a tripod. This camera here is on a tripod. It's standing on 3 legs. One of the legs to optimum health is nutrition. Not only what we eat, but what we absorb. Some of us are eating good foods, but we don't have a good intestinal tract to absorb these nutrients. Another leg are your lifestyle habits, and there's many. I'm going to cover a few today that you may not have even heard of or knew that they had such an impact on our health. And then lastly, we have the mind-body connection. I'm going to give you good scientific evidence that proves that our thoughts can either boost our immune system up or depress our immune system. And this is happening every moment of the day, every time we think. So let's go ahead and start. And I'll go through each of the nutrients, and then you can be the judge at the end of the lecture and decide how you want to proceed. I'll just give you good science. Vitamin A, according to the Taber's Cyclopedic Medical Dictionary, is destroyed at high temperatures. So all of these I'm about to quote are from the medical dictionary. Vitamin B1, destroyed by exposure to heat. Vitamin B6, rapidly inactivated in the presence of heat. Folic acid is destroyed by heat. And that B vitamin, folic or folate, the root word comes from the word foliage. Dark green leafy vegetables, excellent source of folic acid. Vitamin B12, unstable in hot acid or alkaline solutions. So, Dr. Gable Cousins has done extensive research on vitamin B12, and he found that about up to 97% is destroyed when we cook foods. But even if you are eating foods that have B12 in them, you may not be absorbing them. Many people that I come across in my travels doing these lectures either are deficient in B12 when I talk to them or have recently been, and it can actually be very serious. You can have irreversible nerve damage, so say numbness or tingling in your hands or your feet for the rest of your life. If it goes on long enough, you can die. It's called pernicious anemia. There could be other symptoms that you can cycle through, anywhere from fatigue, stomach problems, impotence, and so forth. And don't expect a medical doctor to be able to diagnose it. Has anyone ever heard of the TV series called Medical Mysteries? Yeah. Okay. Well, there was one episode where a woman had been B12 deficient for 10 years. She'd gone from specialist to specialist when she had each one of those symptoms. And each time getting a prescription that took away the symptoms, not getting tested to see if she was B12 deficient. These top medical doctors couldn't even diagnose that. Finally, after 10 years, someone suggested it and she got it checked. So because a lot of us lack this intrinsic factor, an acid secretion in our stomach that allows us to absorb it, I really believe the best thing to do, the best assurance policy you can get is a little $10 or $12 bottle of a B12 that melts under your tongue and goes into the bloodstream that way. And the type that the experts are saying works the best right now is methylcobalamin. So even if you did that once a month, there's so much in one of those supplements that our liver stores it. And by the way, vitamin B12 is a bacteria. It's interesting that they call it a vitamin, but it's actually a bacteria. Very, very important for us. That's the only supplement I'm going to recommend. You can find that at any health food store. Jump back in the medical dictionary. Vitamin C, easily destroyed by oxidation, lost in cooking. So practically every animal on our planet makes their own vitamin C, like your dog or cat. They don't need to eat it. They can manufacture it. We are the exception. We cannot. Other primates and 3 other types of small animals, every other animal on the planet makes it. So we need to be consuming it every day because it's water soluble. We pee it out. If you're a TV watcher or sometimes on the radio, you hear commercials for orange juice. They tell you, orange juice, great source of vitamin C. But all vegetables and fruits are excellent sources of vitamin C. Broccoli is way higher in vitamin C than oranges. So are dark green leafy vegetables. Victoria Botanica was just saying 20 times higher in vitamin C. So when you look at small animals and the amount of vitamin C they make, most of them make thousands of milligrams of vitamin C in the body. Our government says 60 milligrams is enough. And it's really not. It'll prevent symptoms of vitamin C deficiency that you can see, but it won't prevent all the other symptoms that we get from vitamin C deficiency. We have concentrated vitamin C pumps in the brain. All our arteries, veins, and capillaries, and our skin is made of collagen. That's vitamin C. And not just this ascorbic acid substance that they isolate from corn that we get in a health food store. I'm talking about the whole spectrum that you get out of foods. It's the ideal way